TCIG X Spaces Highlights, March 2025.
Welcome to X Spaces for TC Investment Group, or TCIG. I'm Anthony Crave, your host and founder of TCIG. Once you find and understand crypto, you don't go back. It's a one-way street to economic freedom. This is my passion, and I'm dedicated to helping other people understand the eternal benefits of tokenization. If you've been following along with us on our socials up until this point, we truly appreciate the support and look forward to helping you experience the enlightenment of crypto. I will go over just our vision, mission, and company values. Our vision is to simplify the process of owning digital property on blockchain so we can all move towards a world of economic and financial freedom. Our mission statement is educating on transparent self-custody of digital assets, how to store them securely, and how to use them correctly and efficiently, all in an effort to drive adoption. Our company values are equality, leveling the playing field, freedom from a broken system, and prosperity, where we can all be successful. So I'll just go over what really is the problem. As far as what TCIG sees, the problem that we state is that global tokenization and the evolution of digital assets is undeniably complex, and TCIG exists to help people understand it more. Self-custody plays a vital role in the cryptocurrency ecosystem and comes with an extensive list of options. Self-custody practices have transformed over the last decade, and TCIG is dedicated to educating others on how to manage digital property. TCIG's approach, digital asset ownership, rests on three foundational pillars. Our comprehensive solution combines investment technology consultancy, in-depth blockchain education, and carefully curated partnerships, offering specialized strategies and services in emerging technologies. This framework is designed to simplify the complexities of digital asset management, empowering clients to navigate it with confidence and expertise. Going into RWAs and why we are Ethereum-focused. What are RWAs and why they are so impactful in this space is that RWAs are the tokenization of traditional financial assets on blockchain networks such as derivatives, real estate, stocks, debt, commodities, and art. Just about everything. All financial instruments are involved with RWAs and tokenization. It presents new opportunities for market efficiencies through smart contracts, liquidity of previously illiquid assets, and democratized access with fractional ownership and low barriers for entry. This helps level the playing field as well. It speeds up settlement times, it reduces fraud, it enhances security, and ensures transparent records. Tokenization of on-chain assets has surpassed the current DeFi market of trillions. It's projected to be in the quadrillions. So there's a long road ahead, and we're only about 200 billion in of tokenized assets. So we're looking at close to 1.6 quadrillion, and that'll just continue to rise. The reason we are Ethereum focused is a combination of a lot of things, but it is the combination of leading blockchain to real estate, and that's what led the road down to Ethereum and real world assets. They're dependent on smart contracts, and Ethereum is currently and projected to dominate the majority of smart contract settlement through 2033. The majority of our competitors or other onboarding services, they include River, Unchained, Swan, Fold, OnRamp. We're all in the space just helping people get onboarded to Web3, whether it's Bitcoin only like they are. They do Bitcoin only custody and multi-sig systems, which are definitely important. We need these systems set up. It does put trust in third parties and increases privacy risk. You also have to have a lot of responsibility in self-custody as well. So there's two sides to everything. A little bit more about TCIG's differentiators. With TCIG, our focus is on the Ethereum network, and we encourage transactions on Ethereum. Once a wallet is set up, investors have complete autonomy to hold any digital assets. We give our clients an extra level of freedom, setting them up with their own self-custody cold storage wallet in Arculus, where they own 100% of their assets, and TCIG only receives a percentage fee for services rendered from our tiers that we have set out on our website. We don't keep any private keys, giving each investor full control of their assets and providing knowledge behind the system, which leads to quite an unmatched one-on-one guidance and process. Our partners support our efforts and provide top-tier services for investors looking to dive deeper into the space. The White House Crypto Summit, America, the crypto capital of the world, the executive order on the strategic Bitcoin reserve, two frameworks. So they have a strategic Bitcoin reserve, but then the digital assets stockpile is going to be separate from the SBR. Michael Saylor of Strategy proposed a digital asset framework. There are these 3 points here. To win the race to dominate cyberspace and own the future, the number one is to acquire 5 to 25% of the Bitcoin network. Entrust for the nation through consistent programmatic daily purchases between 2025 and 2035, when 99% of all BTC will have been issued. The SBR has the potential to generate 16 to 81 trillion in wealth for the U.S. Treasury by 2045. Senator Loomis is offering a viable pathway to offset the national debt. We could use less of that. And then number 3 says, never sell your Bitcoin. By 2045, the reserve should be generating 10 trillion annually, continuously growing and serving as a perpetual source of prosperity for the American people for generations to come. The economic benefit to the U.S. ranges from 60 to 100 trillion over the next decade. The spiritual benefit will be enormous and enduring, that's for sure. The space definitely needs some help. When I got into the space, the marketing was not that great. And it's not about the marketing, but a point to make that a lot of the marketing was just like what they call degen, crypto Twitter, cyberpunk. It just needs to be more commercialized, that like this is the new way of the financial system and actual marketing of resources for people. This is an actual framework, and we have real infrastructures that are working all day long. I think it's all coming together. Definitely seeing great improvements over the last few months. That's another thing about the marketing, is that the majority of everything that's out there is just Bitcoin related. And the majority of people who just think that Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency that exists, and it's not. This is a pinned post of Etherealize, just going over what they are, what their goal is, how they're going to accelerate adoption. 7-post thread. Good thing to follow along with. It explains what they're coming out with for educational content creation, their DApp product suite. Basically, their first vocal proponents. The majority of the people out there are just talking about Bitcoin. And like on an institutional level, like all these interviews that are done on major networks are all covering Bitcoin. But I think it's great to have a decent panel of people that could be vocal about how the world is going to adopt Ethereum and what Ethereum is going to bring to, basically every corner of the world. And institutional.
I still think they need time to kind of wrap their heads around exactly what it is. Like, it took them a while to even start with Bitcoin. So now that that's in the zeitgeist, they have to kind of digest the rest of the digital asset market.
And institutional giants are coming to Ethereum. There's quadrillions lined up to be tokenized. So when you have the most TVL locked, total value locked on Ethereum, they've been leading and will probably continue to lead by a very large margin. Here it says smart contracts, DAOs, DeFi. They introduced the burn, NFTs, of course, RWAs, probably the largest sector out of all of them. They have over 1 million validators, the most developers, zero knowledge proofs, of course, staking, ICOs, stablecoins. These are just massive sectors. RWAs and stablecoins are probably the largest sectors to look at. Besides everything that's coming along with DeFi. Wall Street and TradFi are merging with the Ethereum ecosystem. 2025 is going to be the year of ETH. A lot of videos from Chainlink's co-founder, Sergey. He covers a lot about how TradFi and DeFi, it's not going to be them against each other. It's going to be them both working towards merging the two. And banks could now custody crypto. They can hold crypto for clients. This is stuff that years ago you would never, ever hear of. Switching from proof of work to proof of stake. A lot of people could knock proof of stake, but Bitcoin's coming to proof of stake. BTCFi, that's also staking. So people are understanding that the world forward needs to focus on the efficiency. And that's like where TradFi just needs to open their eyes and ears, because they are not efficient. There's billions of hours wasted every single year on financial activities that are being done on DeFi already. It's just going to increase. Each transaction takes some energy. And yes, Bitcoin is the backbone and will be the backbone of our energy infrastructure. Help with the duck curve of energy transformation. It basically can consume spoiled energies. It's unbelievable what Bitcoin's doing, but it does still take quite a bit of energy. Ethereum, they basically cut 99.95% of their carbon emissions by going proof of stake for the entire blockchain, and they host the majority of all crypto that is in existence. So Satoshi Act Fund and Satoshi Action Education, these platforms are under Dennis Porter, he's definitely a guy to follow. The latest information that's happening in the space. He's the founder and CEO of Satoshi Act Fund. They work on bringing policies, creating bills for states, a map, a visual. The world is turning orange, but this is a map of the United States turning orange. This just says that over 20 states have introduced strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation. First one was Pennsylvania. Shout out to Pennsylvania, land of the free. So this academic paper is about Bitcoin being the most powerful tool for protection against monetary debasement. US dollar has lost 25% of its purchasing power since 2018. You basically lose 7% a year in inflation. And the US dollar has lost 99% purchasing power in the last century. It gives you a great chart on, the percentage of allocation, from Bitcoin to gold, what the combination yields. These Bitcoin mining fields can sit next to these renewable energies and boost the efficiency of these sites, basically saying that methane is 28 times more potent for global warming than carbon dioxide. Mitigating methane release is definitely going to help our environment. The paper is also co-authored by Greenpeace activist and a climate tech investor, Daniel Batten. If you check out our LinkedIn, he's all over it. So many resources to the humanitarian efforts that are possible because of Bitcoin. How Bitcoin provides this solution to the energy sector that has never been here before. You can check us out for more information on our site at tcig.info, our LinkedIn at TC Investment Group, and of course the X, which we're on now, TCIG LLC 1. Hop on the train and get on chain. Let's cut out all the noise and build together.